Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the regular meeting of the Mayor and Board of Trustees for January 25th. Our first order of business, of course, is the Pledge of Allegiance, and tonight we're going to be led by a student from Pleasantdale. This is a fifth grader named Emma Alatich. Per her principal, John Glimko, she plays softball. She enjoys baking, doing puzzles with her family, playing with her dogs, golden retrievers. Her favorite subject at school is language arts. Her favorite books are things like Harry Potter, The Running Dreams, and The Mysterious Benedict Society. She plays the piano and the French horn, and she's also very, very well traveled. At her ripe young age, she's already traveled to Hawaii, Aruba, and took a cruise to Alaska. She is the youngest of three, I think she told me, and she'll be leading us in the Pledge of Allegiance.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you again, Emma. And Karen, may I have a roll call, please?
Trustee Francis. Trustee Grasso. Here. Trustee Paveza. Here. Trustee Bolus. Here. Trustee Murphy. Here. Trustee Schiappa.
Here.
Mayor Straub.
Here. Our first order of business, of course, is the residents' comments. Are there any residents that would like to address the board at this time?
John Bittner, 2 Hidden Lake Drive, Burridge. We got a problem with the middle school, and I'm sorry that John's not here, our chief of police. I would like to have the police go out and watch the kids coming in the morning and find out where these kids are coming from that are coming in cabs from Chicago to go to that school. Nobody knows about this.
Which Burridge Middle School? Or?
Burridge Middle School, 91st. I can do it, but I don't think I should, but I think the police should look at this, because if this is inner city kids coming in, we have a Section 8 problem there, which has affected our community, and I think it's a wonderful thing to help kids as best we can, any way we can. But I'm afraid that if this is in fact the case, which I will not share with you how I know this information, but I know it, that these kids could be coming in with drugs, be coming in with gang relationships in Chicago, and I would like to have somebody take a look at this and pay attention to it. And I'd like to have the police supervise and ask these cab drivers where they're coming from and what they're doing. Thank you.
John, I really would suggest that there'd be something you should probably talk to the school district about.
No, Steve, I think I want the police to do this first.
This is their school. If they're enrolling those students, it's their
Be
decision.
a false address. You don't know that.
We have no responsibility with the school. They could come from the city of Chicago, but there's nothing the village can do about that, even if we knew that was the case.
You know what? To know it is to understand it, to be able to address the problem.
All I'm
You know, the
suggesting
village has
is
to
that
do
it's a simple thing for the school to address the problem. They're in front of the school every day. They see that. They know who those kids are.
You think the school's going to address the problem. They're going to avoid it. They're not going to say anything. They're not saying anything, and that's where I got the information from. The point is we need to first get it understood, know what the issue is, and then address the issue wherever way we can.
I disagree.
These are the people.
Have you spoken to the
I
principal?
disagree with you, John. I mean,
People
this
are-
is not
you know, I'm
a village issue. This is a school district issue.
Well, you know what? It affects the community. So it is a problem. I disagree with you.
Excuse me. May I have a little bit of order here? John, I happen to be on your side of the fence on this one and would like to talk to you about it more out of a board meeting.
Fine.
Because I think this is something that, though I think there are other people that know a lot more about how the school boards work than I do, but I think it certainly affects the entire village. And you're right, we should collaborate on it and figure out what we can do. I
I like to
totally understand.
the thing. I like to address a problem and understand a problem before I do anything about a problem.
Right. Quick to, we have to
Just-
analyze.
Reacting to something doesn't make it right.
Right.
I'm just trying to bring something to the attention of the board so we can take a look at it and have the police supervise it and understand what's going on. So I get a better understanding of what's occurring and be able to deal with it at that point, Steve.
Yeah, and that certainly, as you know, and as I think even Dolores handed out about the analysis of the government state of Illinois, we have 7,000, governmental agencies in Illinois, 1,800 more than the state in second place, which is Texas, which is much larger than we are. We have all these little taxing bodies, all these own little taxing bodies and little governing bodies, and school districts are just one of them. But it's a huge problem, and I certainly would love to brainstorm with you on this and put our heads together.
I have to worry about our community, as well as this entire
absolutely.
board has to worry about our community. I'm sure you all do. I don't think anybody on this board does not care about what's going on in our community. But to understand it, the Section 8 problem, it's a federal problem. There's nothing anybody in this village can do about it. It's a 20-year contract, which we've gone through probably 6 or 7 years of. There's nothing that can be handled with that thing except to do it downstate. And that's virtually impossible to do in this state at this time.
Right.
We have enough issues on the table that are just ridiculous. But I'm concerned about it only because of what's happening. And if these people don't belong in this community and are coming here and taking advantage of it, and false addresses used in schools has gone on forever in this state. LT was the smartest ones. They send Christmas cards out and notes. They have people send back a note back on it. And when they don't get it back from the address, they find kids that don't belong in the school because they have the wrong address. They use them. There's all kinds of games that can be played. But I'm concerned about it, and I just like to know what's going on. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Appreciate it. Any other residents who'd like to address the board this time? Okay. Moving on to the consent agenda. All items listed with an asterisk are considered routine by the village board and will be enacted by one motion. There will be no separate discussion of these items unless a board member or citizen so requests, in which event the item will be removed from the agenda. To begin with, we have the minutes, 5A, approval of regular board meeting of January 11th, 2016. 5B, receive and file draft economic development plan subcommittee meeting of January 11th, 2016. 5C, receive and file draft hotel marketing committee meeting of January 12th, 2016. And 5D, receive and file draft economic development committee meeting of January 19th, 2016. Nothing under ordinances. Under resolutions, we have 7A, adoption of resolution regarding MFT funds, that's motor fuel tax for the 2016 road program. Under considerations, we have 8A, approval request for blanket raffle license for 2016 for the Willowbrook Burr Ridge Chamber of Commerce and hosting facility licenses as needed for various locations in conjunction with the Chamber's fundraising events throughout the year. We have under 8B, approval recommendation to reappoint Mike Stratus to the Plan Commission for a 5-year term expiring February 1st, 2021. Considerations of 8C, approval recommendation to reappoint Barbara Miklos to the E911 Board for a term expiring May 1st, 2016. Is that correct? Expiring May 1st, 2016, Steve?
Yes, on May 1st, because that's when the 911
I'm sorry.
will discontinue.
That looked like it meant commencing. Okay, approval of 8D, approval of recommendation to reappoint Brooks Fuller to the E911 Board for a term that his term is expiring May 1st, 2016. He will be reappointed. Under 8E, approval of recommendation to reappoint Bob Jewell to the E911 Board for a term, his term, which is also expiring May 1st, 2016, as well as the approval of recommendation to reappoint Jerome Conley to the E911 Board for a term expiring May 1st, 2016. And approval of recommendation to reappoint Police Chief John Madden to the E911 Board for the term, his term, which also expires May 1st, 2016. Under H, we have approval of vendor list in the amount of $356,485.68 for all funds plus $197,427.90 for payroll, for a grand total of $553,913.58, which includes a special expenditure of $59,633.61 to Desiderio Landscaping for EAB winter tree removals. May I have a motion to accept the following items on the consent agenda? We have 5A, 5B, 5C, 5D, 7A, 8A, 8B, 8C, 8D, 8E, 8F, 8G, and 8H. Motion to approve?
So moved.
Roll call, please.
Trustee Murphy?
Yes.
Trustee Grasso?
Yes.
Trustee Paveza?
Yes.
Trustee Bolus?
Yes.
Trustee Scalpa?
Yes.
5-0.
Items pass 5-0. Other considerations for announcement, deliberation, and/or discussion? Anyone have anything to add? Okay. Another section for residents' comments. Any additional residents who'd like to address the board at this time? Reports and communications from village officials. I'm sorry?
I have a couple things. I just wanted to point out that after this meeting, there will be a budget workshop. The public is certainly invited to attend that. Secondly, on Wednesday night, the mayor and I will be hosting a administrative meeting with the homeowner association presidents. Board members are certainly welcome to attend that meeting. Just be more of an informational kind of thing. Present similar information we presented at the chamber launch, and just to kind of update the homeowners on several things going on in the village, and just opening up lines of communication, that type of thing. Also should mention on February 18th, the Economic Development Business Breakfast will be held, and board members are certainly invited to attend that meeting. And then I also wanted to mention that hopefully at the next meeting, our finance director, Jerry Sapp, will be able to unveil a project that he's been working on for a while concerning a village app. Something that we've been working on, and it should be ready to go, hopefully, to be presented at the next meeting. So I just wanted to let you know, look forward that we are working on that, and you should get a presentation on that at the next meeting.
Anything else to add? I have not necessarily an announcement, but I learned something today that was quite fascinating, I thought, for Burr Ridge. The Lifetime Fitness that we have in Burr Ridge, it's actually one of 119 locations around the country, and they are the busiest one of all 119. Which I think is a great statement for our village, also our geography. It's actually 10 to 20% more visits per month than the one in second place, which is a pretty large number. So congratulations, Lifetime, and really I think it shines well again on Burr Ridge. Okay, now we're on to the non-resident section. Are there any non-residents like to comment? Yes.
My name is Dolores Cizek, former trustee and former resident. I'd like a few minutes to talk about truthiness. On September 28th, resident John Bittner stated he is a resident of Burr Ridge and that under the Robert's Rules of Orders he would like to yield his time to Dolores Cizek. Village Administrator Steve Stricker stated the agenda is set by village ordinance, not by Robert's Rules of Order. However, according to the board procedures from 1995 under Rule 2, it says, the village board shall be governed by parliamentary law as laid down in Robert's Rules of Order. So I see an inconsistency there, a misstatement. On November 9th, I brought up the question of the stormwater detention in Buck Trail Estates. The village administrator replied to Ms. Cizek comments about Buck Trail Estates. He said there is no water diversion. They will be directing the water into a new retention basin. That's true, but October 12th, 2015, Mr. McNaughton, the developer of Buck Trail Estates, stated he feels the proposed improvements will contain a majority of the water by rerouting it. A majority is not the same as containing all of it. On that same page, 10578 of the minutes, the Public Works Director, Mr. Preissig, added that the Cross Creek subdivision does have a swale located on an undeveloped lot that will serve to contain the runoff water, and attention must be paid to that lot when it is developed. Now, I don't think that the village should permit Mr. McNaughton to direct his runoff water that the retention basins cannot hold to a property that's owned by Jim Slusser. That's not truthiness. When you said the retention basin will hold all the water, that's not true. Now, at the last board meeting, January 15th, the Downers Grove Township made a presentation. I questioned that because I wanted to know if Lyons Township, no, that's a different story. I'm questioning now whether Lyons Township should be included in this. And as far as I'm concerned, I feel that what Downers Grove Township presented that night was nothing more than electioneering. Now, I direct your attention to a Tribune editorial that I passed out to all of you before the board meeting. There is an effort to reduce the units of government in Illinois. If you look at the underlined portions, let townships merge with coterminous municipalities by referendum. Remove the 126 square mile cap on township size so townships can consolidate. Better idea, kill townships altogether in the counties that have them and shift their meager duties to county governments. Now, since you invited or permitted Downers Grove Township to make a presentation, then I certainly think you should permit Lyons Township to make a similar presentation, even though I disagree with that. But the question I have about that contribution to the Tri-State Fire Department, I don't understand why this municipality is contributing anything to Tri-State or to Pleasant View. If you look at this Burridge taxing body tax burden by area, which I also presented to you tonight, you will see that the fire district on the DuPage side their tax rate is about 4.5 times more than the municipality. On the Cook County side, and by the way, Cook County has 8 more taxing districts than you have on the DuPage side. On the Cook County side, it's 5 times more. So please, why is the municipality purchasing equipment for either of those fire departments? That makes no sense to me at all. Thank you.
Thank you, Dolores. And for the record, the Downers Grove Township did request that, and certainly if Lyons Township wants to address the board, they are certainly welcome to as well. But I happen to also be in agreement, as I mentioned to Mr. Bittner earlier, about far too many government agencies in the state.
I believe Illinois.
I'd love to see some consolidation myself. So
I think Illinois has more units of government than any state in the country.
that's true. 1,800 more than the one in second place. So, okay, with any other non-residents like to make any comments? I do have one last thing to add. We have a Burr Ridge resident who today that I went and celebrated with her on her 103rd birthday. So happy birthday to Geraldine Alvarez at King Brevard. I'm not sure if she's the oldest resident there, but she's got to be close. But happy birthday, Geraldine. May I have a motion to adjourn?
So moved.
Second.
Roll call.
Trustee Scalpa.
Yes.
Trustee Pavesa.
Yes.
Trustee Grasso.
Yes.
Trustee Bolas.
Yes.
Trustee Murphy.
Yes.
5-0.
Thanks for joining us this evening, and again, you're welcome to join us for the goals workshop and budget that's following the meeting commencing within minutes. Appreciate it. Thanks for joining us.